From the Newstalk ZB newsroom, this is Newsfix.
In this update, searches continue after a young man got into difficulty swimming near Kariohitahi Beach last night. 19-year-old Aucklander Hiran Joseph was swimming with two others who both managed to make it back to shore. Police Land Search and Rescue and Surf Life Saving NZ continue the search, while local iwi have placed a rahui on the beach. A homicide investigation is underway after the death of a man shot in a vehicle in Auckland early on Monday morning. Police were called to Manuewa's Addington Avenue around 3:20 a.m. after two young men were shot, as Danica McLean reports.
Both were taken to hospital. A 19-year-old man has since died. A 17-year-old remains in a critical condition. Detective Inspector Karen Bright says this appears to be an isolated incident. She says they want to hear from anyone who was in the area on Sunday night through to around 3:30 on Monday morning, including those with dashcam footage.
Israel isn't taking responsibility for a drone strike that killed the deputy of Hamas, but top officials still seem to be answering questions about it. Saleh al-Aroui was one of at least 4 people killed in a blast in Beirut in Lebanon. Mark Regev, ambassador to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, says it wasn't an attack on the Lebanese state, but he says whoever carried it out instead performed a surgical strike against the Hamas leadership. And canines are taking over Wellington's city libraries with a new programme taking off in recent months. Therapy dogs are being brought in to offer a non-judgmental ear as children learn to read to an audience. The council's Children and Youth Services Coordinator, Stephen Clothier, encourages Wellington parents to book in a slot with one of the dogs.
These therapy dogs are really friendly. They know not to cross boundaries in terms of personal space. So it can be a really lovely opportunity. So introduce your child to a new animal.
That's news. I'm Max Toll. In sport, 4th seed Emma Navarro is through to the quarterfinals of the ASB Tennis Classic after beating Russian Elena Avanasyan in straight sets. Nathan Lim reports from ASB Tennis Arena.
Navarro made her 6-1, 6-2 victory look easy, blitzing out to a 5-love lead in the first set. Avanasyan broke Navarro early in the second set, but the American broke back and didn't falter again, powering to victory in 72 minutes. Navarro will face either China's Yuan Ye or 7th seed Petra Martic in the quarterfinals.
To cricket, and the wickets continue to tumble for Pakistan after lunch on the first day of the third cricket test against Australia in Sydney. The tourists 150 for 5 at last count. And Canterbury thrashed Otago by 76 runs in the Women's Super Smash game in Alexandra. That's sport.
For more news, listen to Newstalk ZB live on iHeartRadio.